If you're in tech leadership, you know the pressure is always on. How do you make those big, high-stakes calls and actually do more with less? Well, today we're going to dig into a really powerful mental model that'll help you do exactly that. It's called Venn Diagram thinking.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. You are drowning in feature requests. You've got pressure from all sides to ship, and you're staring at a mountain of work that seems completely impossible with the team you actually have.
Yep, it's the classic PM dilemma, right? You're wrestling with a bloated roadmap. You've got conflicting demands coming at you from every direction, and there's the very real risk of just completely burning out your team. The pressure is intense.
Okay, so how do we get out of that chaos and into a place of clarity? It's all about shifting your perspective. We've got to start thinking in terms of overlap. And look, this isn't some rigid cookie-cutter formula. It's a flexible mindset that helps you master complexity.
So what is it, really? At its heart, Venn diagram thinking is just a way to spot where different kinds of work, new features, paying down tech debt, security fixes, where they all intersect with what your customers actually need and what the company is trying to achieve. The whole point is simple: get the most impact with the least wasted effort.
So instead of just looking at your roadmap as a long to-do list, this model forces you to hunt for that sweet spot, that high-value intersection. The name of the game is to actively find and maximize the strategic overlap between all your most important variables. And I want to be super clear about this. This is not another framework you have to memorize. It's better to think of it as an analytical muscle. It's a skill you have to build up over time. It's what lets you see the hidden connections that everyone else misses, and it allows you to adapt to pretty much any situation by picking the right things to focus on.
So what are these variables? Well, that's the thing. They can be anything. They're totally dynamic. One day, you might be balancing stakeholder requests against true customer needs. The next, you could be looking at tech debt versus, say, new legal requirements and your budget. This adaptability, this flexibility, that's where the real power is.
All right, enough theory. Let's see how this thing actually works in the real world. Our first case study is going to tackle a problem I know every single one of us has faced: taming stakeholders and their, let's be honest, endless and often conflicting requests.
Yeah, this quote right here, it just hits home, doesn't it? This came from a PM who was completely stuck. They had all these requests pulling the team in different directions, and there was just no clear path forward. So what did they do? They used this really simple but honestly brilliant two-step filter. First step, align. Just ask the hard question. Does this request actually help our customers and get us closer to our company's goals? If the answer is no, you now have a solid data-backed reason to gently say, not right now. Second step, merge. For all the requests that did pass that filter, now you look for the common ground. Where's the overlap?
And here's what that thinking looks like in practice. Instead of building 3 completely separate, disjointed features, the analysis pointed to this strategic sweet spot. This one area of overlap delivered real customer value, it hit the organization's goals, and it satisfied the core needs of multiple stakeholders all at once.
And the result? A much leaner release, without all the bloat. An engineering team that was focused, empowered, and knew exactly what they were building and why. And stakeholders who actually felt heard and were happy with the outcome. That's a true win-win-win.
Okay, let's look at another one. For this second case study, we're going to shift gears from stakeholder politics and focus on how this thinking can unlock some massive operational efficiency.
So the team was facing this huge question. Should we adopt this brand new solution for auditing our AI models? And this was a big deal. We're talking about a major investment in both time and money.
So by applying Venn diagram thinking, they went way beyond just a simple feature-to-feature comparison. Of course, they found a lot of functional overlap with the tool they were already using, but the real win, the magic, was in the unique advantages the new solution offered. A much better UI, huge efficiency gains, and, this was the clincher, it made scaling globally way, way easier.
And the impact? Oh, it was just staggering. Because they saw that strategic overlap and made the switch, they got a 100% reduction in the expensive, time-consuming manual processes they were stuck with before. I mean, an absolute game changer.
So, let's bring this all home. What's the big strategic takeaway here? How can you actually take this thinking and apply it to the crazy complexities of your own job?
Well, first, and this is important, we have to talk about the risk. Because this isn't a silver bullet. Just combining work for the sake of it isn't always the right move.
The risk here really comes down to a concept called joint probability. And to put it simply, the odds of 2 things happening successfully together are always lower than the odds of just one of them happening alone. When you merge tasks, you create dependencies, and that adds risk.
So you have to be smart and weigh that risk against the potential reward. That's how you decide if the overlap is actually valuable enough to go after.
And that, really, is the key to all of this. Venn diagram thinking is so much more than just a filter for your backlog. It is a powerful tool for executive navigation. It's how you justify your decisions, how you clearly communicate your strategy, and how you show leadership that you are maximizing the impact of every single precious hour your team has.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question to take back to your team, to take back to your roadmap. Where is the strategic overlap in your work? Find it. When you do, you're going to unlock some incredible value.